Hello, my friends. It's been some time since we've engaged with one another, so I'm looking forward to the course restarting. In this video, I'm going to talk about how the schedule has changed and how the lecture portion of the course is going to be handled going forward. And specifically, I'm going to talk in detail about the first week back because, of course, you have your exam, your second exam. I'm not going to talk much about lab. There's a separate video that's going to cover the lab portion of the course. So let's go ahead and get started here. Okay, so here we are on the Blackboard site. And first I want to talk about how the schedule has changed. So I'm going to go to course information and find your updated syllabus. There are your beautiful souls, and pull open the syllabus. Okay, so because spring break was extended a week, everything is being pushed back a week. So the course is going to end in week 17 instead of week 16. Everything is being pushed back a week. Now, if you have made plans and you have elsewhere that you have to be, and you're not able to take the final exam on the new date, don't worry, I can make arrangements. You can take it earlier. So I don't want anyone to get freaked out because I'm pushing everything back a week because you're going out of the country or what have you, and you don't think that's going to be canceled. I will work with you, so don't worry about that. First thing I want to point out is my office hours have changed, and my office hours are going to be online. They will be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9:30 to 10:30. And there's a link here to the office hours, but I'll show you on Blackboard how you can reach them. You can reach me during office hours as well, and they're going to be live online office hours. Just like the regular face-to-face office hours, if these times don't work for you, you can make an appointment to see me. And we can do we can video conference at a different date and time. Also, these office hours are going to be sort of open. I mean, anyone could join us online at any time. So if there's really private information that you need to talk with me about, again, we can open up a private session. So, but these are going to be the times I'm going to be available where you can just pop in and I will be there. You don't have to make an appointment or anything like that. In terms of lecture, so typically we would meet face-to-face from 11:30 to 12:45 p.m. and do a lecture, of course, using your Muddiest Points as a guide. I would cover in real time, face-to-face, material that I thought you were having particular trouble with or challenges with. What I'll be doing is at the same day and time, Thursday, 11:30 to 12:45, I will be having online lectures where I'll be video conferencing and you'll just jump in, log in, and I'm going over the PowerPoints like I normally do. You're able to ask questions either using a chat feature or if you have a microphone, I can enable your mic and you can ask a question verbally. This is as close to a real on-site lecture experience as you can get online, and you can access it through this link. And again, I'm going to show you on Blackboard where you can do it as well. In a separate video, I'm going to talk about the lab, but basically your lab quizzes, if you have a practical, and also pre-labs are all going to be due on Friday at midnight. Lab practicals and quizzes are going to open at 8 a.m. on Thursdays, and they're going to close Friday at midnight. But I'm going to save details on that to another video. Let's scroll down to the revised remaining meetings. So as you know, it's now the 25th. That's the date of when I'm doing this, the screencast. And spring break ends in 2 days, and then we start back on the 30th. So I basically pushed everything back a week. As you know, when you come back on the 2nd, you have your exam number 2. That exam is going to be online. It's going to be in the same location where you have your online quizzes. The exact format of that exam, I'm not exactly sure. Either it's going to be the same format that it has been, or it's going to be 50 multiple choice questions. As soon as I have that figured out, I'll let you know. Doesn't really matter. It covers the same material that it would cover if it was in the exact same form that it will originally be in. Now, the exam will open at 8 a.m. on Thursday, and it will close Friday at midnight. And that will be true for all exams and practicals. Going down to the final exam is scheduled for May 21st. I'm actually going to open it a day earlier, so it's going to open on Wednesday the 20th at 8 a.m. and it's going to close Friday at midnight. Okay? To keep things as easy as possible, I've made pretty much everything due Friday at midnight. There are a couple of exceptions, which we'll talk about in just a moment. Okay, so that's the schedule change. I can figure out how to get back to Blackboard. Cool. Alrighty, so I want to show you how you can access the online lectures. So I'm going to be giving lectures like I normally do. It'll just be online, but it'll be live at our normal time, 11:30 to 12:45. You'll access the lectures by clicking here where it says lecture online. And when you do that, so I'll pretend to be a student here. You'll then say open a new window, and you'll put in your name, join session. And then eventually it'll join, and boom, there you are. So I am logged in as a student on this computer, but I'm logged in as the moderator on this other computer. So at times you'll be able to see me. Other times I'll be actually sharing my screen with you as I go through PowerPoints. You'll have the ability to raise your hand and ask a question using either the chat feature or a microphone feature. So this is as close to live in-person lecture as I could find. Okay, so we're still going to have that interactivity to a large extent as we would if we were meeting face-to-face. Now, our first face-to-face meeting will not be until 2 weeks. So that's because next week is your exam, and I'm not going to have a face-to-face meeting at the same time you have your exam. So our actual face-to-face will be, what will that be? April 9th. However, tomorrow, March 26th at 11:30, I'm going to be in this classroom at 11:30, and so you can join the lecture, and we can have sort of like a Q&A. So after you've had time to digest everything that I'm sending you about how things are going to work, and you can check it out, you'll have opportunity to ask me questions. You'll also have, if you log in tomorrow, you can take time to sort of just kick the tires, check out this online classroom, use some of the features like raising your hand to be recognized, make sure your microphone and stuff's going to work. Basically get all of the bugs out of the system in addition to Q&A, so that we're ready to rock and roll when we meet face to face for our first classroom session, which will be Thursday, April 9th. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and if I can figure out how to get out of this. Okay, leave session. There we go. I'm just going to skip that. Okay, so I'm going to go back to Blackboard if I can. Alrighty, I want to talk a little bit about next week. So let's go to lecture. Okay, and we're going to go to preparation for exam number 2. Alrighty, so because you're no longer taking your exam face to face and it's going to open at 8 a.m., all of the assignments that were due at the beginning of class that you would normally be handing to me are going to be due at 8 a.m. because that's what time the exam will open up. And you're going to have to submit them online. So let's scroll down and I'll show you where all that is. So if you do the activities, you will need to scan them or take pictures with your phone and then upload them here, right? So you can upload them here and then submit them, and then I'll get them and grade them. You can do that for the study activities, the practice activities, and of course this you do all online anyway. All right, and all this needs to be done by 8 a.m. on Thursday, April 2nd. I know this is a completely different time than you're normally used to submitting, but this is a week later than was previously expected, so you should have had plenty of time to do this. And as always, you'll get a text message reminder the previous day reminding you that this is due at 8 a.m. Okay. You probably saw, but I didn't mention, here's where you would access the online office hours. You just click that and you join the exact same way that you join the online lecture. All right, so as I said, there's going to be a separate video on how the lab is being handled. So make sure you watch that video as well. And hopefully I will see you tomorrow, Thursday, March 26th at 11:30 for a few minutes, just to say hello, allow you to check out what will be our new way of joining in lecture, and you can ask me questions if you have them. Thanks a lot, everyone. It'll be good to engage with you again. Have a great day. Bye.